Shout out to G-Man Boxing. Where's the piss bottle? It's over there.
Eddie Hearn announced today the Dazn team in the UK. My thoughts on this is, well, when Eddie Hearn announced he was leaving Sky, I was optimistic about that, still am, but I was thinking, imagine the team we'll have when Eddie Hearn is the man in charge. It's not like, because Adam Smith has a say in probably who's on commentary, who does this, who does that. So the Sky commentary was extremely poor, but that was more so Sky being set in their ways with who they have as opposed to Eddie Hearn. So I'm thinking, okay, we're going to get some good guys on. We might get Paulie Malignaggi because he's done shows for Sky. You might get David Hay on, Andy Lee, who we did pick, thankfully. That's a good shout, Andy Lee. He's a very good pundit, good commentator too. Knows the sport of boxing, very good communicator. Andy Lee I'm okay with. We got Mike Costello. I'm alright with that. He's not bad. The work he's done on BBC and stuff like that. He's fine. Mike Costello was fine. There's a guy on Eurosport I used to like when they used to do Queensberry League. What was the guy's? Oh God Almighty! What was his name? Steve something. Now, he was funny. He was older. He was probably in his 50s, 60s. He was funny. They used to do Queensberry League or something like that. It was kind of like white collar unlicensed fights. I think that was what it was called, Queensberry League. They done it on Eurosport back in the day. He was good, but Mike Costello, alright, I'm okay with that. There's no problem there. The two presenters, well, one of them, Laura Woods, I've not really seen much of, and the other one, Maya James, I don't think she doesn't actually, as far as I know, have a background in sport, much less boxing. So look, there's not me having a go with her, but she'll definitely make howlers, I would imagine, on her first gig. With Dazn. It's just because probably she's just not used to what's going on. So give her a bit of that. We'll see. We'll see. But you know where I'm going with this. Tony Harley Quinn Bellew. I thought I'd seen the last of him at Sky. As a fighter, Bellew was good. I actually quite like Bellew as a fighter because he was a good fighter. He could punch. He was a warrior in the ring. He gave it his all. He was very good at cruiserweight, underrated at cruiserweight. Really, when we look back, because even look at guys like Makabu, who we beat, what they've gone on to do, and Bellew handled him comfortably. As a fighter, Bellew was great. As a pundit, he is damn near unbearable. I mean, the level of biasness is so it's outrageous. If he knows a fighter or if he has any stake in a fighter at all, he just cannot call it even. The way he it's weird. Like, I'd say he gets stiffer when he sees Anthony Joshua than he does his own wife. Seriously, that's how big a fanboy he is for AJ. Shouting words of encouragement to Chisora. He done that for Price as well when Price fought Povetkin, because when I watched it live, you could hear him shouting in the corner. So he's done that a few times. He's been reprimanded by Sky for doing that. I mean, this is a man who was as unprofessional a pundit as you like. Why is Eddie Hearn giving him a job? Look, this ain't me hating. This is just me speaking facts. This is me speaking probably 95% of fans. What the hell? I mean, Bellew, Jesus Christ. It's bad. Like, he did say he's going to get more people in, but like Malignaggi, Price, Frampton, Hay, these are good pundits. Even Anthony Croller is a better pundit than Tony Bellew. Anthony Croller's not bad, but Bellew, really? What the? I was watching Hatman's video on this, and he was saying that nowadays, because he was saying, Chris Andre be a good show for Dazn, and I agree. I think if you got Chris Andre in as a blow by blow, he'd be breaking those. The problem would be probably that he'd be going probably overboard on some of them. They give him like 5 minutes and he'd be like, I'm going to need 10 minutes to go into every fine detail. But Chris Andre is brilliant. The way he communicates, he's a very effective communicator. He really gets his point across, and the way he breaks it down is so technical, but he's got such a good way of speaking that it's like you absorb what he's saying. Like, he's breaking it down from such a technical point of view, but it's not going over your head. And I enjoyed his boxing historian videos. I know a lot about old school boxing, but Arthur Craven was someone I didn't know about. I knew Jack Johnson fought, but I didn't know his story. So when Chris Andre explained that in one of his recent videos, I enjoyed that actually, and it was a great little story. So someone like him, you have guys in the YTBC, you know, guys like Mark, who are excellent at breaking fights down. You know, obviously Eddie Hearns probably not going to look at YouTubers like me, Mark, or Chris, or someone and be like, yeah, we'll get them. But what I mean is that the level of talent on offer in terms of certain areas of broadcasting, I'm not talking about boxing, I'm talking about in general, it seems like you need to just do a bit of virtue signaling and you're good to go. You don't need to have any necessary talent. If you just draw a certain line, you know, you're good to go. You know, if you be basically just the typical, you know, how do I say it and not upset YouTube? The typical, I can't think of a way to say it. People know what I'm talking about, where it's just a virtue signaling. You know, you don't speak any hint of, you know, going the other way. We don't want that. You know, not here, son. Not here, son. Not here, son. That's kind of how it is. I think that's the way it's gone now, because you see that on TV and you see people who, they might have degrees and stuff like that, but at the end of the day, like, one reason why I never went to college to do journalism is because people have always told me that it's the same thing, and they get you to talk a certain way, they get you to communicate a certain way. Whereas when you look at people like me, Ade, and, you know, others who just haven't done any of that, we kind of just do it as is. Like, when I do these videos, I just kind of do it as it is. I just talk and I just see where it takes me. I try and not swear. I don't think I've swore in this video, but I try not to swear when I'm on like this, for obviously YouTube reasons. The live streams are a bit different. I can have my hair down a bit in them, but I try and keep it as, you know, as real as I can. You know, it's not rehearsed, it's not any of that. It's just switch the phone on and right, let's get talking, see where this goes. See where it goes. You don't get that. You know, you see on TV nowadays, I don't really watch TV, but whenever I glance at it, you see these presenters and it's real just, yes, and I'm going to answer you this question, and they're literally reading off page. I'm just like, nah, man. Like, even when I do my interviews with fighters, I have no prepared questions. It's just, let's have a chat and see what happens. And I think they go well. So I think, having seen that and having watched other YouTubers and seeing how good other YouTubers are, like I said, Chris Andre, excellent. You know, if you haven't subscribed to him, please do. He's fantastic. You want to see something like that. You know, you want to see someone like that, you know, get on there and you know, just to be able to say, like, look at this, I made some videos and here I am. You know, it'd be great. Be a great story. As I said, in terms of Bellew, Jesus, people, oh my God, I think it's the fact that I've never been someone who likes suck-ups or anything like that. And you could say, oh, you're suck up to Chris Andre. No, I'm praising Chris Andre. I'm giving him credit he deserves because he's very good at what he does. With Bellew, it's like, oh, Jesus, you know, he, you know, was caught, you know, drink driving. Well, you know, and I knew the guy, he was my friend, he was caught drink driving. Well, you know, maybe it was a mistake, you know, I mean, I'm sure, you know, he's perfect, you know, and he's okay to drink drive, you know, he's bigger, so, you know, that sort of way, like, he'd always make excuses, he'd always be biased, and I just don't like that. I just really don't fucking like that. I could say that, because it's a different F word, but I just really don't like that. As I said, as a fighter, he was fine, but just as a pundit, yikes. The Dazn team that Eddie Hearn has hired, it's not great. I'll leave it at that. I'm always the optimist, but it's not great. Costello and Andy Lee, fine, no issues there. I don't know, the two girls, I don't know, we'll see how they get on. I mean, I'm thinking of Anna Woolhouse, and she's not a hard act to follow, so they'll probably be okay there. The rest of the team, yikes. That's all I got to say on that. So, thoughts on that, let me know yours in the comment section. Hope you liked the video. If you did, please subscribe. What do you think about this commentary team? Eddie Hearn did say he will look at changing it, as in, like, probably bringing people in. Who would you bring in? Let me know in the comment section below. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, smash the like button, subscribe, of course, if you haven't already. I'll talk to you lads and lassies. Peace.